Welcome to the View Responses screen, where you can view student responses, send feedback, and view all data from your formative to plan your next steps. Once your formative has been assigned and students have begun to submit responses, you'll see student responses coming in live in real time. You can even view students typing in real time. In the top bar, you will find a variety of tools. You can choose to hide or show student names. Export your data into a CSV file or Google Sheet by toggling on Only Export Currently Selected Sections. Your data will be exported with the same view and filters you currently have set on the View Responses screen. You can sort your student responses in a variety of formats. And you can also flip your view between points and percentages. Using the Totals tab, you can view all student responses across all questions from the formative. Any student with a green checkmark has submitted the formative, and gray dots mean the student has entered the formative but has not yet clicked Submit. By hovering over the green checkmarks and gray dots, you will also see timestamps of submission or when they entered the formative. By clicking on a student in the Totals tab, you will see all of their responses on the right-hand panel. If there are ungraded responses or the student hasn't submitted the formative, you will see an alert icon at the top of the panel. Beneath each response, you will also see a timestamp of when the question was last answered by the student. By clicking on the three-dot menu from the Submission panel for the selected student, you can print their responses, force the submission of the formative, grade all empty responses as a 0, undo the submission, or clear all responses so the student can reattempt the formative. By clicking on an individual question number, you'll see all student responses for just that question. By using the three-dot menu, you can enlarge or decrease the size of the response cards. Or you can turn on Chart View to see a poll-style view of total student responses on the selected question. To begin scoring or adjusting scores, click on a response card. From the right-hand side panel, you can slide the score adjuster to the appropriate total. The colors on the score adjuster will align with your score threshold percentages and colors, which can be adjusted from your settings page. You can also type into the score box to adjust the score. If a student's response included copy and pasted text, you will see an alert on the response panel. By clicking Details, you can see exactly what text was copied and pasted. By clicking on the three-dot menu, you can also clear a student's response so they can reattempt the question. If you would like to grade multiple students at once, consider using the bulk grading and feedback option. By clicking on the top left-hand bubble or icon on scorecards, you can select several responses at once and adjust the score total for all responses. You can also send feedback to multiple students at the same time using this feature. When typing feedback to students, you also have the option to delay the feedback by toggling on Delayed Feedback, which will send the message to students when the formative has closed. If your assigned settings do not allow for students to go back and view the formative after it closes, you will see an alert to adjust your assigned settings so that the formative is still visible after it has closed. You can also enhance your feedback with a variety of multimedia tools using the blue plus button. For question items scored with a rubric, by hovering over the level indicator, you can view the criteria for each level, then click to select for each criteria. You can also click on the three-dot menu to quickly edit your rubric if any edits are needed. When scoring student responses, if you find an answer that should have been included in your answer key, you can quickly add it to the answer key by dragging the score slider to 100%. Then, select Add on the pop-up to add the response to your formative's answer key. This will also update all other student responses with the same answer to be marked as correct.